Welcome to today's 5-minute Bible study in the book of Deuteronomy. Today we're looking at the last paragraph of Deuteronomy chapter 32 that includes verses 48 through 52. Now in this chapter we've seen the last few days that Moses gives a song to the children of Israel, a song they might sing to remember who the Lord is and that they are his people in covenant with him. Now after he teaches them this song, the Lord tells Moses to do something. And that's what we find in verses 48 through 52. On that same day, the Lord told Moses, "Go up to the Abarim range to Mount Nebo in Moab, across from Jericho, and view Canaan, the land I am giving the Israelites as their own possession. There on the mountain you have climbed, you will die, and you will be gathered to your people, just as your brother Aaron died on Mount Hor and was gathered to his people. This is because both of you broke faith with me in the presence of the Israelites at the waters of Meribah Kadesh in the desert of Zin, and because you did not uphold my holiness among the Israelites. Therefore you will see the land only from a distance. You will not enter the land I am giving to the people of Israel." So God tells Moses that his last act in his earthly pilgrimage will be to climb Mount Nebo. Now, Mount Nebo is the highest mountain in the land of Moab. It's on the southern tip of the Dead Sea. And from there, Moses can look across the Jordan River, across the Dead Sea, and see the Promised Land. Moses is not to enter the land. He's brought the people to the edge of it. Joshua, as you recall, will take the people over. But Moses has given a glimpse of it. And then his earthly pilgrimage will end. He will be gathered to his people. We kind of wonder, why was Moses not allowed to enter the Promised Land? Well, God references it here and says, "You broke faith with me at the waters of Meribah. You did not uphold my holiness." What is that referring to? Well, that refers back to an incident that occurred in Numbers chapter 20, toward the end of the wilderness wanderings. The Israelites, as they often did, were complaining. They were in a place where there was no water. And in Numbers 20, we're told they complained to Moses, "Why don't you bring us out here to die? There's no water here." So Moses goes to the Lord, and the Lord says, "Speak to the rock, and water will come out of the rock, so that the community of Israel and their livestock may drink." Now, something very similar to that happened years before. It's sort of a repeat of an earlier episode. But Moses is to go out and speak to the rock, and water will come forth, enough to satisfy the thirst of all the people. Now, notice in Numbers chapter 20, verse 9, what Moses does. It says, "So Moses took the staff from the Lord's presence, just as the Lord had commanded him. He and Aaron gathered the assembly together in front of the rock. Moses said to them, 'Listen, you rebels, must we bring you water out of this rock?' So Moses raised his arm and struck the rock twice with his staff. Water gushed out. The community and the livestock drank. But the Lord said to Moses and to Aaron, 'You did not trust me enough to honor me as holy in the sight of the Israelites, so you will not bring this community into the land that I give them.' These were the waters of Meribah, where the Israelites quarreled with the Lord, and where he was proved holy among them." Notice Moses' disobedience. Instead of speaking to the rock in the name of the Lord, he struck it twice with his staff in anger. And notice what he says, "Must we," that is he and Aaron, "must we bring you water from this rock?" He almost made it sound like it was he and Aaron who were providing the water. That's what it means when he does not uphold the holiness of the Lord. He did not honor the Lord by simply following his command, speaking to the rock, and letting the Israelites know for sure that it was the Lord who provided the water. And so God said, "Because you did not honor me and uphold my holiness, you will not enter the Promised Land." It seems to us in our human judgment that the punishment was severe for one little moment of anger. And yet, it's significant because Moses did not honor the Lord. He did not exalt the name of the Lord. Yes, he was angry and a little upset with the Israelites, their constant quarreling. But still, he did not honor the holiness of the Lord. The holiness of the Lord is his uniqueness, is separate. He is holy. He alone is holy. We become holy when we're attached to him, but he alone is the Holy One. And Moses did not exalt that. And this is the reason that Moses is not allowed to enter the promised land, but he is allowed to see it. And so he's told, the last thing you're going to do, Moses, and we're going to see this in another chapter, Moses will climb Mount Nebo and view the land of promise, what God is going to do for the Israelites. And then he'll be ready to go home to be with the Lord. Hope you join us next time for our 5-minute Bible study in the book of Deuteronomy.